and how that might affect everyone. Now, in my previous video to that, I also said that I did not want to use this platform and speak on the negative aspects of the economy, overall, on the overall economy, because you don't have to go too far to hear any bad news. You can click right past this and then boom, you're just getting flooded. Just like my feed gets flooded with all the economists that I follow, and then all the, this and that and doom and gloom. I don't like that. I don't like that. Yes. I also said that in my video, I also said that there's life is a lot like the stock market, right? Just look back into one of my videos. I said that it's a lot like the stock market, peaks and valleys, right? There's your ups and downs and peaks and valleys. And when you know that and you understand that, you know how to manage, you become a better manager of your time. You become a better manager of your assets, right? And then you just start to learn better practices, knowing when to execute on something, practicing your enter-exit strategies when it comes to buying and selling or whatever it might be. But let's speak specifically about the housing market, right? So there was a 50 base point cut to the rate, and what does that mean? How does that going to affect the economy? Now, just because I said that I'm not going to use this platform to speak on the negative topics or negative aspects about the market and the economy, that doesn't mean that you as a consumer, as a buyer or as a seller, should not be doing your own due diligence and doing your homework. You know what? Give me a second. I have to move. And I got to put my glasses on because I look cool. Like that. Give me a second. So, when I say that it wasn't a good time, or when I say that I'm not going to use my platform to speak on the negative aspects and things like that, that does not mean that you as a consumer, you don't do your own due diligence and you don't do your research before pulling the trigger on something, right? I do the best that I can to try and understand what's happening around me, and I follow a lot of really, really smart people, and I hope to be that one day. I hope that I can speak as intelligently as a lot of those guys do, and I just try to give my point of view on things, which is the reason behind this platform. So with that, the housing market. Now, there was a 50 base point cut to the rate yesterday. Do I think that's going to create a buying frenzy? No, I don't. Do I think you as a buyer or anyone who's looking to buy should take advantage of buying? Absolutely. For me, I think it's the best time. The best time to enter the market is now, right? And I'm going to give you guys an example. So a few years back, we represented, my wife and I, she's my boss. We represented a few buyers that entered the market when the rates were almost 8%. And these buyers, they did their homework. They were very educated, and for the things they did not know, I also spoke on this, is that my wife is a very seasoned agent and an amazing agent, because not only is she an agent, she's very, very extremely intelligent and very dedicated to her work. She goes over and beyond. So she's like an attorney that you never even paid for. Because buying a home, buying a house is a very complex thing. It's a very complex process, right? So understanding all the legalities that's associated with buying a home, with buying a house, damn it, with buying a house, she knows all that. So that is my go-to, and I'm fortunate in that sense that I get to hit her up for all the information. So this, one of these couples, they bought their house after doing their research when rates were almost 8, right? And look at where the rates are at today. You know, we know because they became friends of ours that they're going to refinance. Now, we work with a few lenders. They're all vetted and with proven track records. So if you right now with the rate cut, like I said, I don't think we're going to see a buying frenzy anytime soon. But what I do think is going to happen is a lot of refinances are going to be happening for the people that enter the market at the time when their rates were so high. Look at where we're at today, right? And I commend those people because they did their research. They did their work. Like I said, what goes up must come down. Well, guess what? Things came down, especially for those people that bought a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever. So long as you did your homework, you crunched the numbers, you spoke with your significant other, because most times it's a team effort. You can't, you need to consult with your better half, and you should consult with your better half because this is it's a marathon. It's not a sprint, right? And, I hope that families and couples that are, looking to enter the home buying process, that you guys talk with each other and you make educated decisions, right? You've done all the right things. You've saved, you calculated, and you crunched the numbers, and you've spoken with your financer, your financing agent, your lender, and they helped you create a process on how to acquire that home, and you did it. You did it the right way. You did it the smart way. So speak with your better half. Now, those people are, I'm so freaking happy for them. I'm so happy for them because where they're at, right? They knew that if they entered the market when they did, there was nobody buying. There was, there was movement. The market was the market was still hot, but they knew that if they were up against so many people, but they went in strong and, whatever. And then they calculated, okay, that whole thinking, that whole concept, it's like the stock market. What goes up must come down. They knew that. They did their homework. They got in. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're like celebrating after they signed their papers to refinance their loan. I would be. That's crazy savings, right? We're in San Diego, so you guys know what the value of homes are out here. So yeah, it's think about what you want. Is this enough to get you off the fence? I sure hope so. If you can do it, I think I don't like to see people enter the market because I've seen it too many times. It's when there's a lot of people competing for the same house. You draft up your offer, you try to craft it the best way you can. After working with your agent, and it gets rejected. It is so crushing, so crushing. So think about that. Do you want to go up against everybody? You want to go up against a few hundred to 1,000 people or whatever? I'm exaggerating, of course. Just say a lot of people when it comes to your offer, or do you want to just bite the bullet and take that chance after you've made you've done all the research? I say, for the people that can now, I'm speaking to the people that can and that have done their homework. They've done the research. Do it. Do it. Now, the other thing that I think the rate cuts is going to do, like I said, I don't think it's going to create a buying frenzy, but I do believe that it's going to open the doors for some sellers to put their homes on the market, right? So there's going to be more inventory. I think there's going to be influx in inventory, and what does that mean for you? There's houses on the market, they're looking for buyers. So if you can do it, do it. I don't want to see people get disappointed when the market starts to, that frenzy does happen, because it will. Things you always do. Like I said, cycles, right? Up and down. Knowing when to execute and knowing when to capitalize on something is key. So, with that said, Anthony, Christopher,